That's my shirt. You're supposed to wash it, not wear it.
Oh, that's what it was, a shirt. Oh, there's no tails, no collar, no arms, and a button with one buttonhole to it, and you call that a shirt?
Hey, Annie, where's mine?
Oh, it's here, it's here.
His wound smells already. It'll soon stink.
You were here before. With my mother and the gold plate.
Where would she get the gold plate, soldier, honey? I mended your stockings as well as wash them.
Neil, Mother's nowhere near here. Oh, Travis.
It's the fever. That's what makes your eyes so bright, my honey boy. I'll rub it out of you. Oh, my soul, my soul.
Annie, you see the general orders this morning?
Read general orders. What for?
If you can't read, just say so. Right there on the wall. It says that from now on, 6 women are allowed to accompany. 6 and only 6.
So what stupid fool would take it into his head?
There appearing to be a remarkable number of women, and especially pregnant women, within the lines, and greatly in excess of the allotment for companies under military order.
Who says so?
Washington.
Well, you won't find me pregnant.
Or have you been these 20 years?
And won't be, not till I know the recipe.
What's the recipe, Auntie?
Stay away from it under the full moon. Oh, Tavis there wouldn't take my advice, and as a result, looks to me like she's going to have somebody's calf come the 1st of July.
I'll give you thanks not to joke about it.
If the baby's mine, I'll marry.
There, I'm sorry. May you live like 2 larks in a pie. Those were stockings once got mended.
What this army needs is a pair of pants.
No, it's boots.
If I had a pair of pants, I could go out and find a pair of boots. Where on earth did you ever get leather breeches? Off an engine about 7 years ago for tomahawking my grandmother. Did you hear there's a parcel of clothes coming down from New England?
Zach, we'll never get them. Not in this regiment.
If we ever get a new supply of clothes, it'll be everything but pants.
You want a pair of pants? Go find one of those Quaker farms. Go up to the lady of the house. Ask her for her husband's extra pair of pants. He can spare them, Mr. Quaker. He isn't fighting. No, he's too busy selling butter and eggs to the English, that holy hypocrite.
What do? Walk up to a Quaker lady's back door and say, "Lady, will you lend me your husband's pants?" It's not a proper request, not without my pants on. Nor is it polite either. There I go.
Where are you going?
The county fair.
By here half an hour ago. Hessian officer.
Hessian?
Yeah. Just what we need. More European officers. Foreigners.
Take a
Lafayette, stupid.
Did I say anything like that? I object to the damn turncoats. What's across the ocean for English money to negotiate with us?
Sorry, gentlemen.
General Varnum.
Thank you, General. Well, Major, we hope you've had a good look. You've been through most of the camp. You've seen practically everything. Well, you've seen the stables.
Yes, Lieutenant Cutting showed me the stables. You're a very good guide, Lieutenant. Very good. The stables are very nice stables. Very nice.
They're a lot better than just nice. We take very good care of our horseflesh.
I agree. I agree.
Sorry we couldn't show you the emplacements. You understand?
I understand. That would be foolish while I still wear this uniform. But, General. Pardon me, generals. Could we now get to the point of the business?
Very well. If you join the Continental Army, you'll be promoted to the rank of colonel.
Good. A very good inducement to begin with.
You'd also be made a member of General Washington's own staff.
I think that Major Kalman would like to know what we pay for services rendered.
Most perceptive.
We would be fully prepared to match your present pay.
Only to match?
Well, your salary is only partial payment for joining the Continental Army. If you make general's rank before the war is over, a highly likely possibility, you will retire with a maximum general's pension. In addition, you will be given an officer's choice and share of land in any one of the United States of your choosing, up to 5,000 acres, with full citizenship rights for yourself and posterity in perpetuity. Compliments of the United States of America. That's the offer in full.
It's an interesting offer, gentlemen. Most interesting. Something to think about, I promise you. I will think very hard about it.
When do you suppose we'll have your answer?
Soon, gentlemen, soon. A matter of days. Your most hospitable hosts, the chicken was most lovely. So fat. Your brandy is just as good as English brandy.
What do you think?
I think he ate our chicken and warmed his feet in goodbye, Hessian. Why should he join us? I wouldn't.
Because he's a feckless, stateless, wandering mercenary who's got no family, no ties, no loyalty. Nothing but a duke back in Hesse-Cassel who sells his body to the highest bidder. We've offered him country and a home, status and land. I think he will think about all that on his way back to Philadelphia.
Hey, where did we get this dry wood? It's the first I've seen since before Christmas.
The general keeps a supply of it for visitors we want to impress.
It's a shame to save stuff like this. It's just dying to burn itself to death. I don't like his accent. I don't like his nationality. I don't like the bastard.
They know how to fight, these Hessians.
All right. Look, Sanderson comes over to us because we've offered him a decent meal and a good drink. And a promise of 5,000 acres. Now, what happens when he finds out that the chicken was stolen, the brandy comes from a special reserve for visitors and fools, and he'd only get the 5,000 acres if we win the war. Now, what happens when he gets all that through his thick Choyman head?
Well, if he's got any brains, he'll desert right back to the British.
Why don't you give it to Teague? His papa was a Seminole. They don't eat meat till you stir it with a spoon.
You talk to me, you cannibal. You ate horse last week.
Damn it. Blasted army. Oh. If God were to damn and blast this army every day for a whole year, he couldn't do more to it than has already been done. Now he give us the coldest bloody winter since the Lake of Galilee froze over and Jesus walked across it.
Nah, no heresy now. If he walked on ice, it was no miracle.
Yeah. He could have walked across Chesapeake Bay yesterday. Haul a 14-pounder behind him.
We'll quit talking about God now. He might be listening.
Yeah, make us suffer.
Now, take some of this broth.
Where did you get broth?
Stole it. Stole it, Mommy.
Pa, everything's clear around the Mount Misery. We can do it.
Then we do it. Minnow?
Hey. Hey, what's all this?
Mr. Teague Sr., Mr. Teague Jr. going for a little walk. I'm going along.
Yeah, well, when the lieutenant comes around, I put no story up for you. You can camp, that's all I know.
Look, there's about enough grist left in this camp to make a thin gruel for a clergyman's family. Where's the next meal coming from?
Corporal, the word for walking away from camp is desertion.
75 lashes on the bare back.
Well, this ain't desertion. We're gonna go find something to eat.
Gentlemen. Corporal Bonwell. Corporal. The men are to be on parade at 5 in the morning for Manual of Arms under Baron Steuben. After that, we will spend the day making cartridges.
Now, what the hell good is a cartridge?
Saves time, keeps your powder dry. Mr. Teague, how does it happen that you and your boy and Mr. Minto here have guns in hand? Do you find targets to shoot at in here?
Well, Lieutenant, it's so happens.
Colonel Ted, sir.
Is that a sentry out there or a prehistoric animal? He's standing with his feet in his hand and a blanket over his ears. At ease, at ease.
We've lost a few centuries this month, sir, with frostbite. And the boy's shoes are none too good.
I'm sorry to hear it, because I'm looking for a squad with passable footwear for a brief action.
Action, sir?
How many able-bodied men in this company, Lieutenant?
72 this morning, sir.
How many with guns, shoes, and equipment for a little stroll across the country?
28, sir. With trousers, 27, sir.
Put me in, sir. I'll go if I have to go in my shirt tails.
28, sir.
28. It'll have to do. This is a raid on the British emplacement below Derby.
Derby, sir?
Below Derby. The raid will be under the supervision of the Commander-in-Chief. We have information that the English are running short of horse fodder in Philadelphia. We are told they will therefore make an attempt to bring in all the hay they've stored on the Delaware. So we intend to get there before they do and salvage the hay for ourselves.
That's proper thinking, sir.
We can't save it for ourselves, we can dump it in the river. Now this company, what is it, 1st Virginia?
Yes, sir. 1st Virginia.
Is made up of the kind of men we need for the job. Hunters, farmers, fishermen, outdoor fellows.
When are we supposed to start, sir?
Tonight. Draw 4 days' rations for each man.
Impossible, sir.
Why?
With my compliments, sir, this company has no rations left.
You have supplies sufficient for 10 more days.
When they rolled out the last 20 barrels, the meat was spoiled, sir. On paper, we have sufficient supplies, sir. It's time command stopped going by paper and looked at conditions as they are.
Outside.
Are you telling me that you blame the command for spoiled rations?
Well, sir, I'm not to blame.
Then who do you blame? Will you say so?
I say what I've said before and will say again. That this is the worst managed army in the history of military operations.
And who do you blame?
Is there ever any doubt where the management of an army lies?
Are you accusing the commander-in-chief of giving rotten meat to the men?
My men were given rotten meat. Who gave it to them?
Damn it, Mr. Cutting!
Colonel Tibbs? We come looking for you, Colonel. Is the matter yet arranged?
General, sir, I've encountered an unexpected difficulty.
What difficulty, Colonel?
Sir, the 1st Virginia, which we decided would be right for the job. They haven't got any supplies. The lieutenant tells me that all the meat arrives spoiled.
Supplies for that regiment are sufficient for 10 more days.
The meat was spoiled on delivery, sir. All of it.
Good God. What are the men eating?
Just flour, sir. We baked the last of it this morning.
We're not without resources. The wagon train coming in this evening. And the first wagons will be loaded with munitions, but there are 18 long tons of flour and pork bringing up the rear.
Excuse me, sir. Is this a train that was sent from Fishkill by General Putnam?
How did you acquire this information, Lieutenant?
I supped last night with General Conway, sir, who had received a letter from General Putnam. If the information in the letter is correct, I very much fear you will be disappointed in your expectation of salt pork and flour.
And why should the General be disappointed?
General Lafayette, sir. After loading the munition supplies, General Putnam was unable to locate mules or so.
He did not send the food.
No, sir.
When did the letter to Conway arrive?
I believe yesterday, sir.
General Putnam writes not to me, but to General Conway. General Conway relays his intelligence, not to me, but to a junior officer with whom he has supped. Now, quite by chance, I encountered this officer. And in the course of the conversation, these little military details are relayed to me.
Sir, I hope I have not offended.
Not in the least, sir. I can only congratulate you and General Conway on the celerity with which you received dispatches not vouchsafed to the Commander-in-Chief. The expedition will be postponed. Or assigned to another company better able to move. I want to see the men.
Sentries.
Travis.
Sir.
There he is. Just been told about the circumstances concerning the rations for this regiment. I'm here to tell you that food will be obtained for you. And shortly. If I have to cut the steaks off the rumps of the Continental Congress, they'll all be prime, I assure you. I'm sorry for your distress. I commend you for your patience.
General Washington?
Quiet.
What is it?
These, new regulations about men going home.
Yes.
Going home without leave. They say it's 75 lashes if they catch you. Why is it?
The traditional penalty for desertion in any well-run army is shooting at sunrise. We're more lenient here.
Well, look, General Washington, it don't make sense.
Pa, you want to talk your neck into a rope?
Let him say what's on his mind.
Thank you, General. What's on my mind is this. See, up to now, sir, me and my boy here, we've been making for home every winter when the food gets scarce. When there ain't any fighting that matters. We come on back in the spring when the real fighting starts. We'd like to do that now. Go on home, rustle up some food for the woman and the young'uns. And then come on back in the spring. Come on back every spring till there ain't a damn red coat left. Well, these new regulations say it's desertion. 75 lashes just for going home.
What is your name, sir?
Teague, sir. Teague's my name.
Well, Mr. Teague, I think you're quite right. From your own angle. But I ask a question. Why hasn't General Hal marched out of Philadelphia and taken over these states of ours? Why? He has the strength. Why
hasn't he wrung our necks and the necks of our sickly little revolution along with us? Why hasn't he done so thus far, Master Tig?
I don't know, sir.
Because we're such good liars, Master Tig. We made him think there's still an army here. God save us for a pack of dissemblers and actors and fakers. Because we never stop stinging him, pecking at him. Quick, short raids, that's all we're capable of. But we make enough noise and raise enough smoke for an able-bodied army, and that is how we keep this revolution alive. We have to keep it up. Every man in this camp has got to stay, has got to stick. To make us look like an army. Every man has got to behave like 10 men if this nation is to come through this winter alive. If you go home now, if you go home this winter, you needn't bother about coming back in the spring. There won't be any fighting to come back to.
Yes, sir. It'd be some satisfaction, sir, to know that the British are just as cold as we are.
You may take my word for it. They're not.
Who's that? Major Andre, sir. What the devil do you want at this hour?
A messenger's just arrived from New York, sir.
I shall see him tomorrow.
Red messenger, sir.
How did we come by this?
General, sir, the Admiral's fleet intercepted the American packet bringing the news.
The Americans had the news?
They cannot have, sir. The packet was captured 20 miles offshore. All of the crew and several of the passengers are now prisoners of war.
Tell the sentry outside to lead you to the kitchens. Tell him you are to refresh yourself from the officer's mess and my orders.
Thank you, sir. And after you've eaten, report back to me. I shall want all the details.
Sir?
Bad news.
How so, sir?
What have we feared for a long time, Major?
Fear, sir? Do we fear anything?
The French, Major, the French!
Have they decided to join them?
Oh, Andre, once the French come in, we'll have 5 more years of damn dull fighting and every chance in the world of losing after all.
Lose, sir? The British lose to the Americans?
The longer it goes on, the more chance they have. Washington knows that. Why the devil do you think he holds on with tooth and nail and fingernail? Lingers on from month to month, improvising miracles from month to month. Because he's waiting for the French to come in with him, and now, by God, they have! Just when I had my fine little war won and done, the French dropping on me and bosh again.
Sorry about that, sir.
One possible hope.
Sir?
If I can convince Washington by all the rules of logic and reason and possibly even religion that it's useless to go on.
Well, you have a way to do that, sir, particularly when the news from France...
The news will not get to him for a while, Major. We've taken the packet that was bringing the news. It'll be some time before he learns of it, some time before the next packet can get here. What if we inform Washington that the French have turned him down?
We, sir?
And that he's stuck at Valley Forge with his shambles of an army with no help in sight? What if we tell him that, Major, instead of the truth? I want a general staff meeting.
Now, sir?
Don't be stupid, Major. Or is it impertinent? Staff meeting tomorrow morning, not too early. In the meantime, you can make arrangements to visit the American encampment at Valley Forge under a flag of truce with the intention of bringing a message from General Howe to General Washington. We can discuss the details in the morning. Calm in, Virginia. Calm in.
food nor clothing. Neither arms enough for the maintenance of an army nor for defense of intact. Slopes of this valley are honeycomb with digging graves. Wards and sick logs or blankets. No medicine. In my last letter to Congress, I told them we must either starve or dissolve unless they send immediate aid. So they send enough supplies for 2 days for perhaps half a regiment. Great bands of men are drifting away from camp, despite the punishment that they got. Oh, I'm glad you're back. 1,000 have crossed the lines to join the British. 1/3 of the army we came with are gone. 1/3 of the soldiers remaining are sick. Is that a fair summation of our situation?
Fair enough.
Have you mentioned treason, sir?
So I mentioned the desertions, the defections.
There are officers in this camp who sell the cannon out of Valley Forge for $3 Spanish paper.
Aren't you condemning too freely, General?
Sir, last night I was drinking with a certain American general who serves here in this valley. And he was boasting that he'd just written to General Gates and to members of Congress that in his judgment the war is lost unless you, Washington, are superseded.
Who wrote that?
Conway.
Conway.
Yes, and there are plenty like him.
Were they drunk?
We both were, sir. But when I sobered up, I began to wonder if it was just drunken boasting, or wasn't it? So I saddled a horse and rode 20 miles to catch the post.
What does it say?
Well, what the damn fool said it said. He calls you every manner of incompetent. He says that Gates is the only man who can win the war.
Well, friend Gates has been winning victories of late. Maybe he would be better. Yes.
You mean that, sir?
No. Gates is the incompetent. Conway's a snake, and you'll see him squirming on the griddle before I'm through. I thank you, gentlemen. Yes?
Sir, an emissary from General Howe has arrived from Philadelphia under a flag of truce.
Where is he?
The front room, sir. General Washington, sir. Major John Andre.
Of His Majesty's forces. I bring you greetings, sir, from Sir William Howe.
I thank you, Major.
And a message from Sir William.
And what is the message?
He wishes to see you, sir.
For what purpose?
To discuss the terms of a general amnesty.
Amnesty?
General, sir, what Sir William proposes should be most acceptable to you, sir, and to the Congress as well. Firstly, there would be no surrender on either side.
It's an excellent beginning. What else?
Secondly, the Congress to receive all its petitioned for. Nothing reserved.
Nothing?
No, sir.
The King's sovereignty?
Oh, the King remains sovereign, yes, sir.
We ask for complete independence.
Sir William offers all you petition for, save in the matter of the King's sovereignty.
Why does your general offer such terms at such a time?
Oh, because, sir, he has received news which has convinced him it will be impossible for the colonial forces to fight on.
What is the news?
No, we have heard from Paris, sir. The French have voted not to join you.
That's a lie. Tell your general we have
Proof, sir, of this news.
You were expecting dispatches on the packet Nunpare.
Yes?
The Nunpare was captured by British forces of the blockade. The dispatches and the crew are now in British hands.
So far as we know, the Nunpare is merely late. Now, what is the proof that she's been captured?
Ah, well, this is the information I have, sir. The captain's name is Burnside. The military pouch in his possession is marked with your name, sir, with the packet stamp number CC244.
What is the proof that that pouch contains news of the French alliance?
The dispatches were marked for your special attention, sir, by your Minister to France, Mr. B. Franklin.
And proof that the content of those dispatches is to the effect that the French will not join us?
The word of Sir William Howe, sir.
I thank you, Major.
Your reply to Sir William, sir?
Before the week is out.
Thank you, sir.
They could be lying.
General Howe's a gentleman.
He is also an officer. He could be lying.
Yeah, could be. Is it over, Lucifer? Is the great adventure over?
No, you're going to hang on till spring, aren't you, when at least there'll be food?
What do we eat till spring?
One moment, please. General?
May I come in?
Please, please. I was only writing a letter.
Ah, the child bride in France.
Yes, monsieur.
Easy to love.
Well, impossible not to, General.
Well, you're to leave at 3 in the morning for the expedition to Derby.
Yes, monsieur.
I've called at such an indecent hour because I want to talk.
I'm flattered, monsieur. I'm honored.
General, well, sir, you know our condition here as well as any man. You know that we have reached a very low point in our affairs.
But, General...
What I wanted to say is, General, let me ask you, is it your opinion we should hold out until spring? There's food to be had.
Monsieur, please, may I?
Please.
Do not do it. Europe has 30 kings and 100 million slaves. I've come from Europe lately and seen those ancient thrones. They are eaten down with old vices and slimed with worms till they crumble in the moats.
I admire your eloquence. I miss your point.
The name of Washington is magical in France because you mean a whole new world to us. The name of Washington is... conjures up all we have hoped to dare, all our young men have deemed worth dying for. They are proud to be my friends because I am your friend. They will send you men, money, ships. The little king may scream and cling to his velvet wife and stamp on his powdered wig. Still, he shall be dragged along by my friends at court. And before the end of spring, you will have men, money, ships. I am saying, General, you have not reached a low point. You cannot. There is still France.
My good friend, you fall across our night like a young star, all flame. There is every indication France will not help us.
You are certain?
Certain enough. I'm sorry to bring you this news.
We go on fighting.
Oh, there are men out there still willing to fight. As long as a single 1,000 of them are willing to stick, I'll fight.
Thank you, monsieur. Had you said it is all over, I would have walked to the other side of the glen and blown my brains out.
No, you wouldn't. You'd have taken a drink, then another, and said, it's over. And so would I.
Now you're getting it. The wind was roaring through that wall all night like the North Sea down from Russia.
Give Nick a tap on the feet, will you? He's due to relieve Alcott at the guard.
Yeah. No, I still. Nick's the one I want. I was just reaching for the pudding. Huh? I'd finished the roast turkey and the giblet gravy and the chestnuts and the onions, and I was just reaching for the suet pudding and the pitcher of cream, and you woke me up. Close it!
You better get out there, son. Alcock's right behind me. Here. I got a dram of rum left. You're gonna need it up against that west wall.
All right, lad. Lieutenant, leave any orders of the day?
Lieutenant Cuttings spent the night at General Conway's.
Oh, this outfit's got no more officers than we got rations.
Well, there must be some arrangements going on somewhere about breakfast.
Not unless Lieutenant Cuttings saw to them.
Then we got no breakfast.
Yeah, it's like the last we had. I don't want no breakfast.
No, me either.
Are there any cottontail left in Mount Misery?
Nary one.
Well, there's 3 dead mules floated down the creek yesterday, one ground below the chapel. Might be a little high by now.
They're gone. The Hessians got them.
Can the Germans make sausage out of mule meat? How you feeling?
Good enough. Oh, I'm the son of a unicorn. I raise the sky. I drink the air. Many a filly I leave forlorn in the field of Oh, your pockets are well fed anyway.
Go ahead. It's more where that came from.
Hey, boy, you think?
Yeah, about 6,000 bushels.
All right. You're late for the duty. Now, you yours outside.
Pa, I want to hear where he got it from.
Come on. On your way. All right, we all want to hear it.
Well, now, I got so hungry last night. In the middle of the night, I was about to digest what's left of my gloves. Then I said, to hell with this starvation. I mean, I'll stand up and be shot for freedom and independence, but I won't starve to death for it. So I went foraging.
We're not around here.
No. Even God knows there's no food to buy, barter, steal around here. Well, then I asked myself, where is the food? Only one place I told myself. Enemy territory.
You're an idiot. You didn't go
You're bloody well right, I did. Went straight downstream. Kept getting pushed off a straight course by the sentries. Before I knew it, I was down around Derby.
Derby?
Right in the middle of the British Isles. Well, I was there, so I thought I'd take a look. Before it got light, I'd come on a dozen corn cribs with only 3 soldiers on guard. One of them's dead now, and the other 2's tied up. Here's what they were guarding. The English don't even know it's good to eat. They call it maize, and they're saving it for the horses.
Horse feed.
Now, who's for going back down there with me to get the rest of it?
Well, let's do it.
Where's the lieutenant?
Now, you know we never got any lieutenant early in the morning.
Fine. Well, you're the corporal. You say the word and we go.
Corporal's got no right to order a party out. But I'll go.
Hey, wait a minute. How in the hell are we going to carry all that corn?
There's slaves there and horses all over the place.
Yeah?
Now, you're going to need to wear more than that blanket. It's awfully cold along the river.
I have stood duty in this blanket.
Yeah, well, you're going to freeze off everything you're famous for if you go out in that rig. I wouldn't try it if I were you.
You know McIntyre, 1st Maryland? He was took to infirmary yesterday. They're taking off his leg from the frostbite. That give you any ideas?
Neil, are you going to need your pork?
You're bloody well right, he's going to need it.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Seems to me an unwanted stir of activity for this hour.
Just getting ready for a roll call, sir. Keeping busy till breakfast.
We're short on rations. There will be no breakfast. Corporal, these men are to be on parade in 1/2 hour for morning drill.
I'm afraid I can't take responsibility for that, Lieutenant.
What?
I don't know if the men would follow me.
What's in the wind here? Put down your guns. Corporal, I ask you again. What's going on here?
We were stepping out for breakfast.
In a manner of speaking.
I thought so. Now, listen to me. Personally, I don't care whether you desert or not. Officially, I care very much. No one here is going to foul my military record. I will put a bullet through anyone who tries to leave this camp without permission.
Don't do anything sudden, Mr. Cutting. nervous man. I got spasms in my finger. Uncock that. Spad, take that pea shooter away from me. And I'll back up against that bunk. I'm gonna step.
We'll stretch your necks for this. You know that?
Well, now. What are we gonna do with him, Corporal?
Tie him up. No! Keep your hands off me! You scum, you scurvy, traitorous scum! You dogs, you wolves, you get down there! I'll see you all in the slaughterhouse. Do you know the penalty for assaulting an officer? I'll see you all shot. Every one of you.
Yeah, well, you'll have to catch us first if you can.
I will.
Well, what about Nick?
We'll pick him up on the way.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Keep your powder dry, Lieutenant.
Teague.
Bunnewell.
Sir?
Get up and untie me. Bunnewell, that is an order. Get up and untie me. That's a boy. That's a boy. Hurry. Hurry up. Bunnewell, you don't need your coat. Bunnewell, come here and untie me. That's an order. You hear me, Bunnewell? That's not funny, Bunnewell. That's not funny at all.
McIntyre died before they got the leg off. Buried him with his pants on, the stupid.
Come here and untie me.
They're all gone.
Alcock, untie this damn mess. That is an order.
Without me, they have gone and left me.
Alcock, damn it!
That's very careless. Somebody left behind a pair of boots.
Alcock, you scabby hound, how dare you?
And a pair of pants.
Alcock, if I have to follow you the rest of my life,
It was only luck. We spotted him, sir. One of the scouts we sent along the river.
General Howe himself, you say?
No question, sir. On his way toward Derby. Our guess is that he is on personal inspection, so I've come back for reinforcements.
You say he's already on his way. He'll be at Derby long before you get back with reinforcements.
No, sir. He is coming by way of the river, down the river in barges with a large detachment. That is how we spotted him. So we have a new plan. General Wayne is to block the channel.
Oh, Mad Anthony, marvelous, perverse wretch, block the channel. I don't like him. How much hay do your scouts say there is in Derby?
Hundreds of tons. With enough men, we could take it all in one day.
Giving Howe blocking the channel while we're stealing his hay. Excellent. That's enough of your fussing.
You forgot the sash.
No sash for them. This is enough. How much reinforcements do you need?
We need men who can move very fast. Hunters, woodsmen.
Try the 1st Virginia gun. Hunters and woodsmen from my part of the world. Lieutenant Cutting is their officer, remember?
Oui, mon général.
General Washington, sir, my pleasure to introduce Congressman Folsom and Congressman Harvey.
You're welcome, gentlemen. It's been long indeed since I've exchanged ideas with the Congress or its committees face to face. Shall we begin?
Oh, General, we've been on the road since 7, and damn me, I'm starved.
There's breakfast orders in. It'll be served in a moment. Meantime, can we proceed? This is how we stand. It's plain that an army can't run without a quartermaster general. And yet you've left me so for these 3 months.
Well, there's been some quarrel in Congress over the appointment. The North and the South are at odds about who should get the post.
It's not settled yet?
Oh, heavens, no, and I don't know when it will be. Ah, well, this looks like a welcome diversion.
the name of God. Well, look at your food. It crawls.
What?
It moves a trifle. A weevil is hard to kill.
What is this?
Mostly beans, I guess.
If you taste that plate again, I'll murder you.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but this is the mess we've been dealing lately, for lack of better.
You could have made your point without making us eat that hogwash.
You're not compelled to eat it. The men are. That's my point. Hogwash is all we have to eat, and you sent it.
I?
Congress.
It is bad, General. We admit that. The point is made. Now, can we have something else to help prevent starvation?
I repeat, Mr. Folsom, it's all we have, and precious little of that. I suppose we starve until we thrash this thing out, just to keep our minds on the commissary. May help us to settle on a name for a quartermaster before the morning's over.
All right. What would you say to Conway?
Well, I'd say if you name Conway, I'd resign.
You still run things with a high hand, General. We are here representing the Congress, and the Congress has yet some power over the military. If we name Conway, it's Conway you'll have.
You name Conway, it's Conway you'll have. I'll be gone.
General, what is your prejudice against such an exemplary officer?
Conway has committed himself to an intrigue which I prefer not to talk about. Gentlemen, if I have been harsh or defiant to Congress or even insulting, it's because I'm desperate. I'm ready to use the most desperate means to wake you up to what's happening here. Our war has come down to a moldy crust, and you in whose hands it lies to help, you wrangle while men are dying. Our cause is dying.
While men are dying, you bicker, I note, over Conway.
What is this insistence on Conway?
His friends in Congress wish him to have the quartermaster post.
That is a letter from General Conway to General Gates. Expresses the utmost contempt for me. He assures Gates as his backing to the hilt as the new commander-in-chief. I believe a copy of that letter was sent to Congress. To those same friends in Congress, I have no doubt.
What will be your rejoinder to that, General?
I will bring Conway to a general court-martial, and the whole putrid truth will out. Will you read the document, gentlemen?
General, for the good of the service, would it not be best to keep this thing quiet?
Keep it quiet? For the good of the service and for common justice, the officers' court must pass on this evidence.
You must reflect, sir, that there are names of congressmen involved.
Oh, yes, great names. And they'll be judged as black as the evidence calls for. But what is this concern of yours for names, gentlemen?
Believe me, sir, there is more consequence to what you plan than is plain on the surface.
May I ask one question?
One.
You speak of consequences the general knows nothing about. Does that mean you know something in this case the general does not? Are you aware of this intrigue with Gates? Is Congress aware?
One question, General. Thank you.
Let them answer, General. Let them answer.
Yes, we are aware, Harvey. Well, why not? Why not let him know?
Let him know what? That Congress is behind the move to put Gates in command?
Most of us.
Why? Why put Gates in my place? If we're to lose the war, why not let me lose it?
I see no reason to keep you in the dark on that score. Do you, Folsom?
Within certain limits of discretion.
We know of your, reluctance to surrender, General. We respect it. We admire it. But war is worth what it brings on the exchange, no more. When your stock is going down, it's best to sell before it goes to nothing.
Wait. Wait now! Colonel, manners, protocol. Only a general can shout at a congressman. You're putting Gates in because he's agreed to surrender. Is that what you mean? Out and out surrender.
Out and out, yes. Is there any other form of surrender?
General, it is no treason for a government to consider a peace, even in wartime. It's ruinous to drag this war out further.
Death of God, are you saying this war is like any other war?
Is it not? We began this war to protect our trade. Where is our trade now? Nobody makes money.
Not even the moneylenders. Nobody but the idiot farmers selling pork to the British commissary. It's time to stop it, that's all. We've got to settle down and live. And why not under King George?
And this sentiment prevails in Congress.
It does.
Or will shortly. Then to hell with Congress! You withhold supplies or lose them. Your meat arrives rotten or does not arrive. And now we know the reason. To discourage us. Congress no longer cares to win this war. So men are dying here in Valley Forge.
To win. We lose more in trade day by day than we shall ever gain back.
You reckon all our lives in dollars?
Oh, now, sir.
War is bad for business, so you will end it. You lace with no guts, you essence of Judas.
Sir, lace with no guts. Our Congress may change its mind. It has that right.
The Army, too, has rights. You want this war ended? By God, we'll end it then.
No, you'll take no steps in that without instruction. I warn you, sir, take no steps without instruction. You're here under a commission from the Continental Congress. Remember that.
You'll take steps without instruction and take them now, Colonel. Get out!
I've got a rendezvous with Lafayette. We've got business in Derby. I'll be late.
I've been a gull. They lead me by a ring, like a circus bear, to frighten the children with. Behind my back, they make these shabby deals, shilling for shilling. Men's lives for copper pennies. No. Marked down, sold off to die for groats and farthings. The devil drench them, the talking swine. We're in their way. We fight on too long, and there is money. Money, by God, hard money. Come.
I thought we were to meet.
To drill ground, yes. General.
General?
I hesitate to say come in. By your faces, I gather you both bear news I will not relish, but come in, come in.
General, the men of the 1st Virginia have deserted, sir.
No.
They tied me up around sunrise, using filthy rags and ropes. I lay there, sir, freezing to death until General Lafayette arrived, cut me loose.
Deserters?
That's what they are, sir.
I hope you suffered no injury.
They stole my boots and... They stole a pair of my boots, sir.
Was, Teague with them? The leather skin who wanted to go home?
Teague, yes. I'd say he was a leader, sir.
No. If such men leave... I thank you, Lieutenant. I do not want Howe blocked on the river. Let him proceed to his destination.
General?
Send a message to Howe himself. I wish to talk with him. In Derby, if he likes, as long as he's on the way there.
A parley, General?
Yes.
Is this the end of the war, General?
Accommodations. I found a court. You find the horses. All right. Keep your voice down. Keep it moving. Let's go.
You're doing all the talking, old man. How much more does it take?
Signal your car. We're about ready to go.
As my son waving to us, they're filled up.
Let's go.
They got my pa.
Alcock, take care of it.
I'll take care of it.
We lost enough already. Let's get the car back. That's what we come for.
Let me go!
Give me a hand with it, will you? Take off, old man. Take off. Get that bill going, will you?
There's a gun at the back of your neck. Into the light.
Easy.
Easy yourself. Into the light.
Colonel, sorry, sir. We're sorry, sir. We?
Yeah.
Me too, Colonel.
Who are you? Yes, I know you. What's happened to you, the two of you?
British bullets, Colonel.
What are you doing in British territory?
We came over to find some breakfast, sir.
But first you saw fit to tie up Lieutenant Cutting.
Well, it's about time somebody tied up Lieutenant Cutting, sir.
Sounds like Nick's mutiny.
It could be. There's more than one long Tom down there from the sound of it, too, I think.
Would you mind telling me what you two are talking about?
It's my boy coming back for us, sir. Come back to get us and maybe one more load of corn.
What corn?
Well, sir, we found that Howe had enough ear corn on his farm to make a poultice for the state of Pennsylvania. So we lifted a few loads of it and carried it out during the night. Then at daybreak, Alcock here got clipped.
You got clipped?
So we laid in here. Now they're coming back for us. My boy and somebody else. Crazy fools.
Well, they're catching you down there from the sound of it.
Yeah.
There'll be no hell.
Wait. With one arm? Where are they?
You're down by the river, sir, about a half-mile south.
Now listen. I'm here to reconnoiter. There's some important people behind me. There's to be a parley this morning in this barn.
What important people?
Among others, Washington and Howe.
Here?
So we better make sure your fight doesn't come any closer. Half a mile.
Sir.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. If the generals are coming here, what are we supposed to do?
Just don't shoot them when they come in.
This war's gotta be over by tonight.
Up there. Teague?
Sir?
Limp from running away, or do I see blood?
Sir, I
read you a sermon on the evils of desertion.
Sir.
Did you forsake the frying pan and fall into the fire? Now, if you're stupid enough to cross enemy territory on your way home, you must not be surprised if they shoot at you.
Sir, we
I'm
never...
appointed here to meet with the British officer for a discussion which will hardly concern you. It would mortify me somewhat to usher him into an apartment overrun by renegade colonials. Will you be good enough to remove yourselves into that room?
I can move, sir. If I'm renegade, I'm glad to get out.
Where is your corporal? Jet, sir.
Shut the door. Consider yourselves under arrest.
What the devil are you doing here? What do you mean I can't go in there? Let me pass. Get your hands off of me.
Well, salute, you damn fool.
Seems we've been presumptuous enough to pick as our rendezvous point the very barn that seems to have been requisitioned by the 1st Virginia. What are you doing here? Do we intrude on a convention of deserters? Join your friends in that room. You're under arrest. I believe we are unknown to each other. Save a name.
Sir, I have long looked forward to a meeting with you, though you have avoided it. Hope we shall be friends.
Let's assume that we are. At least our quarrel is not personal.
Your word is good with your army, and it is good with me.
Thank you. You have sent word that if peace were arrived at now, the king would expunge all statutes of which we've differed, omit all taxes of which we complained, and in simple, grant all objects of which we fought originally, except our independence.
Yes. Now, set it up over there. I hope, General, that you will take a picnic lunch with me. Now, we are sick and sore about this war in England. Would to God it had never started. I want you back on your own terms.
My own terms would mean we never come back at all. Coming back means that we accept the king. It's not easy to swallow a king when your gorge has risen against him for so many years. But I'm not alone in these decisions.
God forbid this, General. Must you take back...
Damn it, General, you think this is easy for me?
In regard to certain stores of corn, which this squad of the 1st Virginia sacked last night from His Majesty's corn cribs, let me report that it is all safely stowed at Prince's Landing. If you should miss it, sir, that's where it is, but you won't get it.
I say goodbye to my corn, not without regret.
As to the losses incurred in this action, there have been some wounded and some killed. Among the latter, Teague. What's happened to Teague?
Listen, you are not in order.
Teague! Your boy is dead, Teague. I'm sorry.
Sir?
They pinned us down by the wharf at the river. He slipped down between the piles. He was hurt. And I couldn't reach him.
Yes, sir.
Also on the list of the dead, Lieutenant Colonel Lucifer Tench.
So rather tasteless joke?
No, General. I'm dead enough. My boots are full of blood.
Lucifer.
I know I'm intruding on great matters. I ask your leave to retire, and I ask your pardon.
I ask your pardon, sir.
Can we resume?
Yes.
Wars are always with us, General. We must learn to make the most of these peaceful interludes. I took the liberty of having the wine laid in the snow outside. Now then, the matter is simple. You stated the terms most concisely. Until the quills get busy and the terms drawn up with seals and bonds and lines for signatures. All I need is your hand on it, gentlemen to gentlemen.
Excuse me, General, a moment.
General?
die for hay and corn. There's a high death for a swashing soldier. The devil damn your kings and congresses and their hay. And what a mausoleum. Well, a dog dies best in the corner. I've had my day. It's time for some other dog. Exit now and midnight and alas and alack for Lucifer Tench. Sir. Yes, Lucifer. I'm tired and done. Yes. Dying men have visions. Here's the gist of mine. Sir, I have loved you. But if you set your seal to an English compact, my curse on you.
What did he mean when he spoke of stores of corn?
That's what we came here for, sir. Spad found the corn yesterday, and he brought some back to Valley Forge. And we all came back to get the rest of it, sir.
Sir, we loaded 1,000 bushels. Took us all night. And it's all over at Prince's Landing, just like the Colonel said it was.
Teague and I, we got hit this morning, sir. That's why we were here.
And Nick and I come to get them. 1,000 bushels?
Yes, sir. Enough to feed the whole of Valley Forge for 3 days, sir.
That's what you were doing, then?
It was French leave, sir. I beg your pardon, sir. And we did tie up the lieutenant, but it was not desertion, sir. We always meant to bring the corn back to Valley Forge. Will you take us back, sir?
Take you back?
Yes, my God.
I came here to surrender. Sir? The reason I quit is because I've neither a Congress nor an army. You die now, you die for nothing.
Well, will you take us back, sir?
What were your words for it, General? Let 1 ragged thousand of them pledge themselves to you, and what would you do?
Yes? The wine is chilled, General. I suggest that we... Sir William. These men have heard from me this proposition of the King's, and they refuse it.
They refuse it. Your choice of counselors is your own, of course, but are they truly capable of comprehending what it is they would go on fighting for?
What is that, Sir William?
The rights of bankers.
If that is so, why are you here with us? Why not ask the bankers to surrender?
By your leave, General.
By your leave, sir. Food for 3 days.
Yes, General.
3 more if we can find it. 3 more after that if we can find it. Find the other dead. Bury them here. They've earned their ground.
General?
Yes.
I asked you once if I could go home for a spell.
Yes.
I'm asking you again.
Why?
Because, my boy is dead. Somebody should tell the old woman, and it ought to be me.
What are you in this war for, Teague? Why do you fight?
I fight to keep King George out of my backyard. I'll move west 3 times, get away from him and his damn tax collectors every time they caught up with me. I'm sick of tax collectors, that's why I'm in it.
And you're wasting your time. You get death and taxes under one government as well as another, under a king and under a Congress. You know that, Teague. You fight for something else. I'll tell you what I hope you fight for while your women and children sicken at home for lack of clothing, lack of a man to bring them food. What you fight for here is something that has never been on this earth. Those men first worked it with their hands. It's something that never existed. Never will exist unless we can make it and put it here. And that is the right of free-born men to govern themselves in their own way. So far, our government has been as rotten as the sow belly they send us. I hope and pray it'll get better, but whether it gets better or worse, it's your own, by God. You can do what you please with it. That's what I fight for, and that's what you fight for. A minute ago, I was ready to surrender to General Howe, but you changed my mind on that. You. We're an army again, at your request. And we will behave like an army. If you leave this camp, whether it is your intention to return or not, it is desertion. The penalty for desertion is 75 lashes.
General, should we fire a volley over our dead?
No, sir. We need the powder.
Well, the old woman will do all.
Gentlemen.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.